Okay, that was really awkward. This is Clay. I'm going to try this again. Just tried to live stream on Facebook and it seemed to work okay, but then my computer froze while I was live streaming and I could not turn it off. And so I actually don't know how long that video went on for. So I just deleted it and I'm going to try again. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this going. Let's just redo everything that I said so that it can get out there. And hopefully this will not freeze again. So anyway, a couple announcements. First one is that I'm going to be reopening our coaching program in a few weeks here, probably in a week or two. I'll, of course, be sharing information with you about that as the time comes for that. So if you're on our newsletter, you'll, of course, get information about that. I'll, most likely post stuff about that on YouTube, Facebook, any other social media platform that I use. So, if you're not on our newsletter, make sure that you're on our newsletter over at relationshipinnergame.com. There's going to be 2 courses this time. The first course is going to be like a strategic course on what to say, what to do, all of that stuff. If you're in contact with your ex and if you want to get back together with them, this was the same course that we did back in June and July of this past summer. So we're going to be doing that one again. People seem to really like that one, really enjoy that one. I really enjoyed actually helping people and watching them make progress, watching them support one another, watching them make breakthroughs in their situation. So that was absolutely a great experience. The second course that we're going to do is going to be on the topic of moving on past your breakup emotionally. And this is important whether you want to get back together with your ex or whether or not you want to move on from your breakup and see what might be possible with somebody else. Oftentimes we think that getting over a breakup is just about, the mechanical aspect of like dating somebody else or who can be in a rebound relationship first or whatever. But as long as you're still carrying around the emotional baggage from the breakup, then you run a real risk of ending up in rebound relationships or just carrying all of your previous stuff into the next relationship. And that's not a good place to be in. You would ideally want to have moved on emotionally from the breakup, whether or not you want to get back together with your ex, whether you get back together with them so that you're not creating the same dynamic that you had in the first place that wasn't working, or so that you could be in a better place to actually create a great, wonderful, amazing relationship with somebody else. So that's going to be the second course that we do as well. Now, if you're not in contact with your ex right now, I would recommend that you take the second course on getting over the breakup because, obviously if you're not in contact with your ex, the strategic course is probably not going to be very exciting or very useful for you. It's going to be like, oh, hey, what's new this week? Well, still not in contact with my ex, right? And you can also take it too if you just are curious about it, if you're curious about doing some of that deeper work and all that, but just something to think about. And also another announcement is that in the near future, we will be increasing our prices on our courses as well too. I've been working with a business consultant and he's been really strongly encouraging me to increase our prices. And I've really resisted this for a while. I've had a lot of reservations about this. But I'm starting to see his point in that, if you don't pay a lot of money for something, you tend to not really appreciate the value of it. And you tend to not necessarily implement it. You tend to not put it into action. And of course, if you don't put it into action, of course, if you don't go through the lessons of the course and all of that, you're not going to get the transformation in your life. So with that being said, in the next week or two, we will be increasing our prices. Of course, I'll give you fair warning through our email newsletter and all of that leading up to that. So, you will get more of a warning, but I just want you to know that that's going to be happening. In case you're the kind of person that doesn't need to pay like a high price tag in order to take something seriously, now is your chance to get in. before prices go up. Now is your chance to lock in the lower pricing. So just wanted to let you know that that's going to happen. It's a little bit, it's making me a little bit anxious as well too, just because, whenever you mess with something in your business, there's always a chance that it's not going to go well. There's always a chance that it's going to, cause negative side effects. And so I'm a little bit anxious about this myself too, but I think that it makes sense. And I do want people to take the courses that I produce seriously. I do want people to put them into action. I do want people to deliver get the benefits from those courses. And so I'm going to be doing this. So just so you know, that's what's going to happen. And just so you know, you have at least a week or so, I'm not sure how long, before those prices do increase. So if you want to make sure you lock in the lower prices, that might be something you want to consider. And this is how all of this really relates to relationships, because, whenever I'm going through something in my personal life that I share with you guys, I do want to tie it back to relationships as well too. Because I know you're probably not just watching me because you enjoy listening to me. I mean, maybe you do, but that'd be kind of weird if you ask me, but maybe you do. But I'm guessing you want to actually take something from what I'm sharing and apply it to your life to have a better love life, a better relationship, a better experience of life. And so the lesson that I can take from all of this is that you want to be able to let go of who you are. You want to be able to let go of your identity. You want to be able to let go of your past. You want to be able to let go of your limiting beliefs, your stories, all of these sorts of things, so that you can move past those things in order to create something new. The reason that you don't have what you want to have in your life, let's just tie this back to relationships. The reason that you don't have the relationship that you want to have in your life is because there's some part of you, there's some part of your identity that is buying into some sort of story, some sort of limitation, some sort of identity. And it's making that be your experience that comes true in life. So if you believe that relationships are hard work, you're going to naturally gravitate towards situations, people, scenarios, etc., that are going to take a lot of your personal effort, take a lot of your personal energy as you try to be in a relationship with that person. Relationships don't have to be a lot of hard work. They don't have to be about compromise and, butting heads all the time and arguing and all of that stuff. It doesn't have to be that way. But if you are attached to some sort of story because, I don't know, maybe you heard some sort of fortune cookie advice when you were young and impressionable or something, relationships are hard work, or men only want one thing, or women only want guys with money, or whatever, you can buy into these beliefs and you can take them in and you can start to live your life by them. And that's okay if you're okay with the consequences of those sorts of beliefs. But if you think that all men are this way, or all women are that way, or love is this way, or relationships are that way, or whatever, then it's going to close you off from other possibilities. And if those possibilities that you're being closed off from are ones that you actually want, and the only possibilities that are left over are a fast track towards something that you don't want, like maybe a life of being cynical and bitter or something like that, then you need to question the beliefs that you have. You need to question the identity that you're adopting. You need to question the way that you're bringing yourself to love, to relationships, to yourself, to your life, to all of these other areas. And you need to dismantle these non-resourceful beliefs, these non-resourceful thoughts, these non-resourceful patterns, these non-resourceful habits, so that you have the space and the capacity to become someone else. You have the space and the capacity to become a different identity, a different person that is in alignment with what it is that you want, that is in alignment with the relationship that you want, that is in alignment with the kind of love life that you want. And this is much, much, much more important than trying to navigate the, you know, chess field of what text message do I send, or what do I do when he says this, or whatever. Because if you can do the hard work of becoming the right person first and foremost, everything else just kind of snaps into place. So anyway, that is, of course, what we're going to be talking about in the second of those two courses, the one on belief stories, getting over your breakup, all of that stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in, you might want to consider taking that course. But of course, more information about all of these will be released shortly. I'm going to try to end this live stream now. Let's hope it doesn't freeze again and keep me locked into live streaming indefinitely. We'll just have to see how this goes. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Take care.